Guys, I just want to say this thing is amazing. It's been harvesting every kind of mangrove tree that I've thrown at it. It's cubifying your results up here and over here on this side down here. And it is saving me time. Hey guys, Profe Pablo here. Today we are going to make a Minecraft mangrove farm. In this Minecraft Bedrock mangrove tree farm, we will see the best way to farm mangrove trees in Minecraft. And the only way to do it automatically that I know of. This mangrove farm for Minecraft Bedrock will automatically harvest the trees you plant, and again, is the best way to farm mangrove wood in Minecraft. Enough chit chat, let's get going. But before I get going, I need to be honest. Guys, this is not my build. This build belongs to a guy named Old Rusty. His link to his YouTube channel is below. He actually reached out and contacted me and said, hey, I have this build that I made. I'm trying to get the word out. He wasn't doing it selfishly to grow his channel. He simply wanted to get word out about the build and that there's a way to automatically harvest the wood for your mangrove trees. Basically, the way this thing works is you plant a mangrove tree, come down here, press one button, which harvests all the wood for one part of it. It gets pushed up here into a cubifier, and then you press a button here, which pushes all the wood into this cubifier. You have to have two cubifiers because mangrove trees actually grow in a cross shape, and so we have to have two flying systems and two cubifiers to be able to harvest these things. This build comes in multiple parts. We have our planting platform, vertical harvesters, horizontal harvesters, a cubifier up here, and a cubifier over here. I'm going to be honest, when I first saw this build, I thought this redstone is beyond me. But Old Rusty had faith. In this video, you're going to see me make all kinds of mistakes, but don't worry, I always go back and fix them. Alright, now enough chit chat, let's get going. Okay, so it looks like I need to start off with a ladder first. That makes the most sense. I'm using blue glazed terracotta. It can be any type of glazed terracotta. And I'm building 5 blocks up. Then I'm going to take a ladder and build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then coming around to the back, I need to put down 1, 2 pieces of glass and place down a piston and then a block of dirt. And this block of dirt should be the middle of our farm. Now I can actually break this if I want to. And then right here, I'm going to place a block and come out this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and do that over here on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I can break the block above this dirt, and this is where we are going to plant the mangrove. Now it's time for some flying machines. So from here, I'm going to come over 1, 2, and then lay down some obsidian. And I'm going to have to do this quite a few times, 6 times in total, but I'm going to build a flying machine. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 pieces of honey or slime, then sticky piston, honey, and glazed terracotta, like that. Then on top of our sticky piston, we're going to place down 1, 2, 3, just like that. Then we are going to do a sticky piston facing down like that, and blue glazed terracotta right there in the middle. And I'll need a honey block here, and then a piston right here, here, and here. Now we are going to need some observers facing out, so we can take a temporary block here and here, come around to this side, face an observer like that, break our blocks, and then we're going to need another observer up here, just like that. We can break these blocks, and we will need one more observer. You know what? I already messed this up. The pistons don't go there. They go right here, like that, and over here on this side, like that. There we go. And we're going to place an observer over here on this side, just like that, facing out. If I can get it, there we go. Okay, so this is our first flying machine. We got to do that again over here. All right, so let's copy it again. We get to come over 1, 2, and on the third block, place our obsidian. We're going to do 1, 2, 3 honey. Place a honey block here, glazed terracotta, sticky piston facing up. Come up here, 1, 1, 2, 3 like that. Sticky piston facing down. Oops, right there. Glazed terracotta, just like that. Temporary block here and here. Observer. Break, break. And then dirt coming up this way. Temporary blocks, I mean. Observer facing like that. Break, 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 break. Honey. And then we're going to place 1, 2, 3 pistons. There we go. That was round 2. Let's do one more. Okay, there are 3 of our 6 flying machines, so I have to build some more on this side. I'm going to do that in just a minute. But before I do that, I would love to build up where the stop bar is for these flying machines, the thing that stops them and sends them back down. And I'm noticing I forgot to put my observers. Let me do that. So coming to this side of one of these flying machines, I'm going to build up 26 blocks. And place a block of obsidian. Then come over to 1, 2, another block of obsidian, 1, 2, another block of obsidian just like that. Now I can break all my temporary blocks. Now under each one of these obsidian blocks, I need to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Break this block. Place a piston facing this way. Break that block. Redstone here. Repeater, repeater, and then put those on full delay. Then we're going to come around 1, 2, and then come up 1, 2, and then this last one is going to be an observer facing out like that. Let's run our redstone down like this and break our extra blocks like that. Now we are going to copy this exact same thing on these other obsidian blocks. Now, what these stoppers do is when the flying machines get up here, they basically stop the machines and send them back down to their starting point. Now, I just want to show you what happens with this far one so that you can see it. I'm going to build 2 blocks like that, break that block, place a piston facing in like that, and lay down a button. Now, when I press this button, it's going to activate this machine. It's going to go up to the top and then come back down. Watch. And now it's exactly where it needs to be. Now that's amazing. Okay, that is one little part of this farm done. We're going to move on to the next section. What we need to do is copy these over here on this side. So each one of these flying machines, there's 3 here, there needs to be 3 over here. And I'm going to get to that right now. The only difference is that these observers face this way, and on this side, the observers are going to face the opposite direction. Okay, now all our flying machines are good to go, together with all of their stoppers. Now, according to the build, we are going to build a row of blocks right here, from this block all the way down to this block, and then we're going to take pistons and put those in, pointing towards those honey blocks. Oops. Just like that, on each flying machine. Also, according to the build, buttons go on each one of these pistons, and then we're going to connect those with redstone. Now, coming here right where the middle of our build is, we're going to come out 1, 2 blocks, place down 2 repeaters, and put those on full delay. Then we need glass. Glass right there like that and like that. You could break that. We're going to put redstone here, here, and here. That's splitting the redstone signal. Then we're going to bring this over this way like this and connect redstone like that. Then we're going to place a block here, oops, and there. Splitting the redstone signal again, we're going to come up like that. Then we're going to actually come up 1 more But this one needs to be a piston like that. So we just extend this one, place down a piston, and then break that block. Notice the piston is facing this observer. That's going to activate that observer. And we're going to continue this pattern, putting pistons facing those observers just like this all the way down our row. Then running redstone on top of that. And doing the same thing on this side. Then we just need a couple blocks here, redstone here, and a button right here. And let's see if I did it right. That should have triggered all of flying machines. It looks like it missed one. Let's make sure that they hit and come back down. Well, half of them worked. All right, it looks like I have a little bit of tweaking to do. Okay, guys, something that I messed up on this farm initially that I need to touch on real quick is the idea of mirroring. So when you mirror a build, it's going to look the opposite direction. So for example, on these flying machines, we have these observers facing this way. But then when I copy these units crossing over to this side of the build, the observers are actually facing the other way. And where I messed this up the most was up here with these stoppers. So with these stoppers, I built it one way, but when I mirror it, I actually have to run the redstone the opposite direction and put the observer on the opposite side of this obsidian block. That's really important, and I messed that up a lot in this build. Make sure to mirror where you need to mirror. Okay guys, now I fixed everything, and remember, my problem before was that I didn't mirror these. When you mirror, you have to put stuff on the opposite side. So watch, it works now. All right, so now we've done the flying machines that fly vertically. Now we have to do the ones that fly horizontally. Let's see if I can figure it out. Okay, these we did in individual sections, but this next one we're going to do as a whole. We're going to start by placing 1, 2, and 3 blocks just like that. Then we are going to take pistons and start placing them here. Now we can break our temporary blocks. So we're going to go 1 piston, 1 slime block, 1 piston. That's one section. Let's go again. 1 piston, 1 slime block, 1 piston. And we're going to do that until we have 6 of those sections. All right, let's go ahead and count those up. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Now on the front of these slime blocks, we're going to place a piston facing forward. Now behind each slime block, and by the way, we could use honey for this. We're just trying to make it a little more colorful. We're going to place 1, 2, 3 slimes like that. Now, over here on this side, we are going to try and place an observer facing out if I could get over that direction. Nope, so what we're going to have to do is place a couple temporary blocks just like this, break this one, and then place the observer facing out like that. We're going to do that all the way up. So temporary block, break that block. Observer facing out, break that. Now we need to do the same thing on this slime block. 1, 2. Break that block. Observer facing up. All the way up. Okay, now we are going to place sticky piston, slime block, glazed terracotta. We're going to do that all the way up. Then in front of the sticky piston, place a temporary block, then glazed terracotta, like that. We're going to do that all the way up. You break the temporary block. Then we're going to bring slime blocks all the way around like this, making an L shape all the way up. We're going to go ahead and place our observers on top of these. You can place a temporary block and then another temporary block, and then break that block, place an observer facing up, and then break that block. And the reason we want to do observers first is so that our pistons don't activate and we don't accidentally activate these machines yet. So down here, you could place on the bottom side of the slime and then an observer facing up and break that temporary block like that. Let's do that again. Temporary block, observer facing up, break that block, do that all the way down. Now we're going to take a sticky piston and place it, right there, facing towards the machine. Do that all the way up. And now, before we go any further on this, we want to create our stopper system that sends everything back. So what we're going to do is temporary block, obsidian, and then go 1, 2, obsidian. I'm going to break all these temporary blocks at the end. 1, 2, obsidian, and do that all the way up. You should have 6 obsidian blocks at the end, and then you can go ahead and break those temporary blocks. Then place a temporary block on each one of these obsidian blocks, just right there on the side. And then take a piston and face it in like that. Place another temporary block on this side of the piston. Then face an observer facing the same direction as the piston, like that. Then we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks and break our temporary blocks on each side. And now we are going to do a repeater on full delay and do redstone, 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 like that. Do that on each section. And now we need a redstone contraption that powers these things. So the first thing we are going to do is build up a tower of blocks all the way to here, right below this terracotta. And then we're going to place obsidian right there. Then we are going to build up to the next terracotta, obsidian, keep going, obsidian, do it all the way up. Then we can place a temporary block here on each obsidian. We're going to break all these temporary blocks in a minute. And then place a normal piston pointing in to the terracotta. Just like this. Okay, now let's break our temporary blocks right there, there, and there. All the way down. We don't need this excess blocks. Okay guys, in this video you are going to hear me talk a lot about glass elevators. What I mean is a way to run redstone vertically, and it basically involves glass, and to do it you make 2 pillars of glass and then you break every other block. And then by breaking every other block, when you run the redstone, it actually runs through the glass to the next block. If you had a solid block, this wouldn't work, but with the glass, it does work. So that way, the redstone can run vertically without you having to worry about creating some sort of winding staircase to get your redstone to run vertical. Then we are going to build a tower of glass. We'll need a temporary block there and build a tower of glass coming behind the pistons, just like this. Go ahead and do another tower of glass right behind that one, just like that. And then from here, this one goes behind this piston, but we're going to break every other block like this. And then you can break this one and this one. That's going to power this contraption. And then right above the second piston up right here, we're going to place a block. And then we're going to build another one of these towers. So we're going to build blocks coming all the way down, a glass tower. Do another one right beside it. And then break every other block. Now, let's throw down a power switch right here. We'll need a button. And then we just need to connect these 2 pieces. So again, we have redstone coming out of this like that. And then it can actually run straight back here. I'm going to throw in a repeater. And then we're going to run the redstone signal vertically like this. all the way to here. Then we can place down another repeater. And then connect all the redstone going down on these glass towers. And all the redstone going up like this. Now, where your glass blocks actually connect to the pistons, like see how this one doesn't have a glass block right behind it, but this one does? You have to extend the redstone onto the piston. And now for the moment of truth, people. We're going to press the button, and it's either going to work and come here and then go back, or it's all going to break, and I'm going to have to try again. Here we go. So far, so good. Boom, heading back. And we have success. Okay, guys, now we're going to make the cubifiers for this thing. So to do that, we're going to attach these two middle pistons from these stoppers up here. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 blocks, and then we're going to come 6 blocks this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 12 blocks this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we are going to break these 2 blocks. So you're going to get a bar that looks like this. Then from the same block where you started, you're going to come up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then you're going to come forward 2 blocks. Then what you're going to do is place observers facing in like that, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do the same thing on this side over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then on top of those observers, we're going to put observers facing down like this. Then take pistons and place them on top of those observers all facing forward. Place a temporary block here. Place an observer facing up like that. And then break your temporary block and then build observers for each one of these units facing up. You can place a temporary block there and do it for this side as well. Just like that. Then you'll want observers facing in like this to each one of those observers. Then you will want pistons facing up like this. Then we can place a block here. As a temporary block, place a corner and build up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 pistons in total. Do it for each one of those units. Okay, I'm going to do a temporary block here and do the same thing on this side. Now, coming back here, for each one of these rows, we are going to place a row of blocks, including in this gap, like this, starting with the bottom row, skip a row, and then do it here. Here. You get the point, do it all the way up. Just like that. Then here in this gap, we're going to place a temporary block, place a block there, break that block, place a block here, and then we're going to do observers facing down for each one of the units. Do it on both sides. Then we're going to come back here 2 more blocks, and then build 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Connect all of these with redstone up here. Come this way like this. Place a repeater here. Place a repeater here with full delay. And then come over here with redstone. What this repeater does is it will lock this repeater so that it doesn't fire off multiple times, creating a forever clock. Now where the gap is, we're going to come back 1 block like this on each one of the rows. Then we need to take glass. We need to come down right behind those blocks. Do 2 rows of glass. And then we're going to do our thing where we break every other glass. So leave this block, break that one, and it should line up where the glass connects directly to this block on each one of the rows. Let's go ahead and place a repeater on each one of the rows facing in. And then connect everything with redstone. And I'm going to place redstone coming down this way like this on every one of the glass blocks. And then I need a platform so that when I'm harvesting the trees, I don't fall. I'm going to come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then I'm going to fill in that platform the entire way. Now where this block ends, right here on this bottom row, I'm going to place down 1, 2, 3 blocks. And on this block, I'm going to place an observer facing in like that. I can go ahead and break those 3 blocks. And including this observer, I'm going to do 18 observers facing in. So 1, 2. Then I'm going to have a column of observers facing those observers. And then, of course, I'm going to have pistons being powered by those observers just like this. Then I'm going to place a temporary block here and a piston facing this way. I'm going to break that block so our trees can get through and come up all the way to the top. Just like that. And I'm going to make 12 of those columns. So 1, 2. Now, starting on this first row, for every other row, I'm going to place down a row of blocks. We're going to go ahead and lay down redstone on each one of those blocks as well. Again, scaffolding is a must for this build. We're going to add on this side one more block on each layer and do repeaters facing in. Now let's do a glass row here. Another one right next to it. And you've probably seen a pattern here, but connecting to these blocks, we are going to leave those and then break every other block like this. Then close to your 5th repeater up, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here, place a block here, and then come here, 1, and then 1, 2, 3, and then another block here, a shape like that. Then we can go ahead and do redstone on all this glass. Then we can do redstone here and here, place a repeater here like this, and then redstone here, here, and here. Then we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. Place a repeater here, place a repeater on full delay there. Place redstone here like this. Then here we are going to have another glass elevator going this way. So we need to make our 2 walls. All the way up and all the way down, matching the same height as this glass elevator. Make our other wall there. And then here, we need to break here, every other block going up. And again, every other block going down. Making sure that this touches this. On each one of these, we can place a block like this. All right, we'll need a couple temporary blocks here. Place an observer like that. Then we'll do one on top. And then keep going all the way down. One for each row of pistons that we have. All right, you get something that looks like this. Okay, let's go ahead and connect up our redstone on this glass elevator. So it needs to come off of the observers onto the elevator like this. Okay, and then we're going to place a couple temporary blocks like that. Place a block there, break these. And similar to last time, we are going to build out some blocks here. We're going to give ourselves some extra space, so let's just build out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, giving ourselves some extra space. Go ahead and do that for each one of the piston columns. Guys, I think we did it. I need to test this thing out, make sure it works. Here we go. All right, I'm going to carve an area to my ladder. There we go. So I'm going to climb down here, jump up my ladder, stand right here, lay down a propagule, bone meal that bad boy. Oh, yeah. Then we are going to harvest it with our flying machines going up. Oh, that's working wonderfully. When they're done, harvest it with our flying machine going the other way. That's so cool. Let's go ahead and keep going. Guys, I'm going to keep doing this for a little bit more. I want you guys to see the results after this thing is run for a little bit. I'll see you in a minute. Guys, I just want to say this thing is amazing. It's been harvesting every kind of mangrove tree that I've thrown at it. It's cubifying your results up here and over here on this side down here. And it is saving me time. Now, I do have to manually do some stuff like press the buttons, but it is working. I really hope you guys enjoyed this build. Let's get the word out to other people that there is now a way to automatically harvest mangrove trees. I'm Profe Pablo. As always, thanks for watching.